Hello, fellow preppers. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. It is Sunday, November the 22nd. The year's 2020. Let's talk trading. Time for the weekly open and gap. Just remember, these videos are for educational purposes only, and your results may differ from mine. And as you're trading this week, each and every trade, make sure risk management is in place, that you don't lose any more than you're willing to lose on any particular trade. And as you can see here on the weekly chart, all the weekly gaps have filled. So I don't know if you got a chance or not, but we're 6 hours into the trading day / week, and all the gaps have filled. Take note that we've already broken out of the high of the previous day here, and we've broken out of the high of the previous week. And we are 70 pips above the yearly open, as you can see right here. Inside bar, well, looks like we have a few inside bar trades this week. On the daily, a whole bunch on the weekly. Wow, I don't think I've seen that much. And the monthly, we still have a lot too. I don't think I've ever seen that many on a week. I guess last week the range must have been compressed, though. The pound was one of the ones that we don't have an inside bar trade. In fact, traders were asking me about explaining the inside bar trade and how long are they good for. Well, number one, inside bar trade is just a simple horizontal line trade. You're going to take the breakout of the high and the low of that inside bar. So we're looking at daily, and it's like, how long is this good for? It's good forever until we get a new inside bar. That's the way I answer that question. I mean, we can look here at the monthly. You can see here, you can look at the weekly. And it's obvious how many times those lines got tested. You can see here that daily got tested a couple of times there, finally moved out. Here the month got tested, and you just take the horizontal line cross. Now, the thing about the inside bar is that you see right here is that the range is compressed from the previous day. It didn't break the previous day's high or low. So price got squeezed in, and when it gets squeezed in, we pretty much know it's going to most likely break out. And you can see that here. It broke out here. It broke out here. Came back in, and then it broke out again. Same thing with the month. You can see we put in there, we broke out here, came back, broke out again, came back, broke out again, came back, broke out again. So it's good until you put in till you get a new inside bar. So you can trade it over and over and over and over and over again. It's just horizontal lines. What do? Price hits the line, go in the direction of the candle color. But inside bar trades are usually breakout trades. So you wouldn't take this short. You could, but that's not an inside bar trade. Inside bar is prices in that zone here, either the daily or the weekly or the monthly, and then it breaks out. That's the trade. You can do this. Some people are asking about the 5 minute, 1 minute. You can even do it down there if you want. 5 minute inside bars can prove to be profitable. 1 hour inside bar can prove to be profitable. But remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. And these videos are for educational purposes only, so your results just may differ from mine. Okay, moving on. The range, no range over 100 so far. Once again, only 6 hours into the trading day here. We had the pivot was below the open, outside of the buy zone, sell zone. So there was a short trigger. Problem is, chances are the spread might have been crazy here. I don't know. I didn't take this trade today. Wasn't in front of the computer at the time, so I don't know. But I just know that first hour, the spreads can be wacky. And even though it looked like it covered it, you may not have been able to buy and sell down here. Rats, here we're looking at the 1 hour. We now have enough range. It's more than 40. I usually like to see this range up around 80, at least 60, but I prefer 80 or higher, especially on the pound to start looking for those reversals. But you can see here on the 1 hour chart, there was a nice rat reversal there. In fact, on this hour, low 13, you could have triggered, I believe, at 20, and on a wall mall trade, and you could have picked up maybe 3, 4, 5 pips on that trade. Once again, we took out the pivot. Let's see, where is that weekly pivot? Right here. Looks like 132.54. Look this for that weekly pivot to be taken out. And just so you know, let's go back. Well, I don't know why chart's doing that, but I had pointed this out earlier. You can see here we've got a high above these highs. So you're in a monthly rat zone, upper rat zone for the month, upper rat zone for the week. First day of the week, of course, it's going to be the upper rat zone, but it's above these two. So trading out of this rat zone could prove to be very profitable, especially if it came down and hit the weekly pivot. It could be, come down to 54. That's what, 46 and 17. That's 63 pip potential right here. We took out the daily. Still have a couple of missed pivots down here for the month of November. The weekly right here, once again, 54. Looking for that to get taken out. Wick zones, in and out, boom. And looking at some of these ranges here, once again, early in the day, already up to 54 pips, considering Friday was only 59. But I mean, once again, these ranges are just so compressed, looking for something to just explode. Then again, we have a holiday coming up, Turkey Day this week, so who knows what's going to happen. It could just be anemic holiday season. Okay, looking here at a trading screen with the 3 ball and the mid dots, and also we've got some inside bars for those of you who are looking at the inside bars. There's a 1 minute right there. If you took that short side, 1 minute in the rat zone, would have been short at 17. And right now you're looking at 18, so you wouldn't be in profit yet. Notice we've got a little gap here. Price will probably want to come back and fill that gap. Just something that we've noticed. There was another inside bar here. That's on the 1 minute. We switch over to 5 minute. Let's see what does it look like. And once again, inside bar. I wouldn't be looking for long breaks too close to the high. So I would just be looking short. There was a nice short there, and then another one there. And that's how you would trade those inside bars. So I hope that helps those traders that were asking about the inside bar. Oh, let me think. Was there any other questions hanging out there? None that I can think of at the moment. For the week, I'm not sure what is on the drawing board, what we're going to discuss this week. Um, I think I've answered the rat zone questions. I think I've answered now the inside bar questions. I'm not sure if there's anything else. Somebody, it was funny, somebody was asking about what's the rat zone, and somebody else pointed out there's lots of videos that talk about it. You know, traders, Google really is your friend. Um, it's just so amazing. You know, I know it's easier to ask, but if you just Google things, even, my stuff, you could Google rat zone and wick zone. If you say TRO or the rumpled one and then rat zone, you'll probably, get a hit on my stuff. And that way, or if you could go to my YouTube channel, just search there. I usually have all those in the search, in the, what do you call it? The keywords, so you can find it's pretty easy to find those videos. And it's funny because some of those videos are like, I don't know, 6 7 years old now, 5 years old, and it hasn't changed. And people sometimes ask, it's like, does it still work? It's like, well, yeah, it kind of has to work. um I think, I can't remember if it was this year or last year. I think it's been in the last year or so. I was talking about some first principles or trading myths. And the thing is that, when you break it down, you see price, it just has to range. That's why we have the range indicators. It just has to. I mean, sometimes it ranges, a small amount, and then sooner or later it'll break out and range more. We see that with the inside bars here. Price compresses, then all of a sudden it breaks out. Um, and that's just one of those principles. And it's like, that's something that's not going to change. Unless they change the market, it's not going to change. Price is going to compress, and then it's going to break out. I mean, right here you see it. Yeah, it broke what, 2 pips to the upside, a pip or so to the bottom, but it just usually breaks out. And price doesn't like staying in the wick zone. It usually likes to leave the wick zone. I mean, you can see this from, you know, yeah, it left that wick zone right there. Not by much, but it left it. And that's just the point. When you see things that happen and they keep happening, then if your timing is right, you can really exploit them. And that's all we're really trying to do as traders, is that we want to find something that we can exploit and make money. And that's one of the things about trading and keeping it simple, is that, a lot of these guys out there, and I guess some women too, and probably some non-binaries traders out there that have their YouTube channels and their blogs and their websites, and they're trying to teach you all kinds of things. The funny thing is that they're so good at making you believe you need these things, but as I stated, all you need to trade is a horizontal line. I mean, really, that's all you need to trade. I mean, you don't really need much more. And normally we have this on the H1, but you know, price moves. It's either going to cross this line or not, and it's that simple. I mean, if it's heading towards the line, it's either going to cross it or it's not. Or might cross it a little, might cross it a lot. But that's just it. I mean, it's not difficult. There's not really that much to learn, but they make you think you need to learn all the stuff that they're willing to sell you and throw in a pack of Ginsu knives if you act now. But anyway, you know what? It doesn't matter. My method, your method, their method, because it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. And this is the Rumpled One. Over and out.